Good morning. Is this on?
Yes.
Hi, good morning, Chair Longoria, Vice Chair Harris Davila, and committee members. Thank you for the opportunity to lay out HB446 relating to the workforce heat illness prevention, including the creation of a heat illness prevention advisory board. Members, Texas leads the nation in heat-related worker deaths. From 2011 to 2021, more than 40 workers died from environmental heat exposure in our state, more than any other state. This bill represents a critical step in protecting the health, dignity, and lives of Texas workers who labor under extreme heat conditions, indoor and outdoors. Mr. Chairman, I do have a committee substitute. Thank you for laying it out. This simply names this bill the Antelmo Ramirez Heat Safety Act in honor of Mr. Ramirez, a father, grandfather, and husband who tragically died from heat illness while working to build the Tesla Gigafactory in my district in September 2021. On September 28, 2021, around 3 p.m., after nearly a full work shift, he started to seem disoriented, rambling, and not his usual self. He was taken to an air-conditioned truck for 10 minutes, but he remained disoriented. He was shortly taken to an on-site medical facility where he was further evaluated, but unfortunately, it was too late. He started experiencing seizure-like activity and became unresponsive. His temperature reached 106 degrees. Medics continued to try and pack his body with ice to cool him down, but unfortunately he did not respond to resuscitation methods, and he was pronounced dead by 5 p.m. Ramirez's autopsy report would ultimately identify his cause of death as hyperthermia, the medical term for abnormally high body temperature, which can rapidly overwhelm human cooling mechanisms and effectively cook internal human organs in minutes. His death was preventable. With this legislation, we aim to ensure that no other family has to experience such a loss. HB 446 directs the Texas Workforce Commission to create a heat illness prevention advisory board, bringing together heat safety experts, labor representatives, and employers to establish comprehensive and evidence-based workplace heat standards that will save our workers' lives. The advisory board shall develop and recommend to the Commission heat illness prevention standards that are designed to protect employees from heat illness in indoor and outdoor work sites. Upon the passage, the Texas Workforce Commission shall appoint an advisory board members no later than October 1, 2025, not later than January 1, 2026. The Heat Illness Prevention Advisory Board shall submit recommendations to the Workforce Commission. The heat illness prevention standards must be consistent with the standards and recommendations related to heat and workforce safety contained in the criteria for a recommended standard occupational exposure to heat and hot environments published by the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health. The bill also creates a notice requirement that employers whose workers are routinely exposed to heat risk must display a notice in conspicuous places at the work site of the adopted heat illness prevention standards and the employee's rights under this law in English, Spanish, Vietnamese, and any other language that the Commission determines appropriate. Additionally, this bill creates a training requirement that employers provide heat illness prevention training in a language the employee understands, not just for workers, but also for supervisors and managers. Let me be clear. OSHA does not currently have a permanent federal heat illness standard. That's precisely why Texas must lead. Federal efforts to adopt such a standard have been in the works for years, but remain incomplete. In the meantime, Texas workers, especially those laboring in agriculture, construction, delivery, and other outdoor or non-air-conditioned settings, are facing record-breaking temperatures without guaranteed protections. Heat illness prevention is not a costly burden. It's a smart investment in worker safety, productivity, and retention. The most common provisions, water breaks, shade, rest periods, training, are inexpensive and easy to implement. In fact, companies that already follow best practices see fewer injuries, lower turnout, and less liability. It's more costly to deal with lawsuits, lost productivity, and insurance claims from preventable heat-related hospitalizations or deaths than to provide a shaded rest area and clean drinking water. We've seen an alarming trend of local protections being stripped away. HB 446 ensures that a baseline of safety exists statewide, so every worker in Texas, no matter where they live or work, is protected from preventable heat, illness, and death. We have health expert workers, employers, unions, and nonprofits that work and engage in worker safety. We're bringing everyone together to collaborate on these standards, ensuring all needs are met. With that, members, I'm happy to answer any of your questions, and I'm looking forward to hearing from a number of witnesses here today, and I respectfully reserve my right to close.
Thank you. Vice Chair Harris Davila.
Thank you so much for being here this morning and laying out this bill. And I just wanted to ask, are there any family members with us today?
I believe we have some. We have members of the Workers' Defense Project here, and a lot of those members are workers, and they, represent themselves and their families. So thank you for asking.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, any questions? Thank you very much.